Today, I will be telling you all about Gris. Yes, I pronounced it wrong in the last video. Thank you, Chris, and this random guy in the Game Explained comments. Gris is actually Spanish, not French, for gray, and once I found this out, it completely blew my mind. I did find this out from that same review because I got corrected on the pronunciation, but I didn't watch the review because I wanted all of my thoughts to be fresh and completely my own. So I haven't seen any reviews from anybody else. I wanted to give you guys my raw feelings about this game. I'd like to focus on 5 different aspects of this game as far as the ones in the future that I pick for my Nintendo Picks of the Month. And these are the things that just really sell me personally on a game. And that is gameplay, atmosphere, story, characters, and soundtrack. First, we'll start with gameplay. While the beginning of this 2D platformer starts out very simple, Gris utilizes every bit of its own levels to make the gameplay much more interesting. From sandstorms to levitating water made to look like trees, this game adds something new with every level. 4 abilities are learned throughout this game, and the way the levels integrate each new ability is amazing. And the puzzles are they can be difficult, but I feel like everyone is just hard enough where it takes you a bit of time, but it's not too easy, not too hard, and it's really satisfying when you complete them without needing any help. The game is super fluid. The way that Gris, I did it again. The way that Gris moves so fluidly with everything. Oh, sorry, excuse me, there has to be one. The controls of Gris are super fluid. I never really felt myself getting frustrated or anything, even though it's a really simple 2D platformer. She just moved so smoothly with everything in her environment. My favorite ability, which I won't show because it really needs to be experienced in-game, is the last ability you learn, and it's so good, it's so pretty, I love it so much. I feel bad for my Twitter followers because I tweeted so much about the level design of this game. Each level is based on a color: red, green, blue, and yellow, and it has the most beautiful aesthetic I have ever seen. Seriously, my gallery is full of screenshots from this game. It's not healthy. Any still shots from this game could easily be used as a wallpaper, and they have. I have plenty of people who've used this game as a wallpaper. My personal favorite level in the game is the blue level, simply because just listen to that rain. Like, you could fall asleep to that. And I have. There have been many times I've put this on right before going to bed. The first part of the game just gives you a very real feeling of how alone and just completely shattered Gris feels. And I actually heard a reviewer talk about how the sounds of this game almost have an ASMR feel to it, because there's such attention to detail with every single thing that you do. The way that she walks and the water mechanics of this game are just beautiful. When you submerge into water, all of the music outside and all of the sounds, they get super muffled as if you were diving underwater with her. I'll show a few clips because that was just one of my favorite things that I noticed when I played it. You can see I'm jumping in and out of the water because I'm just so blown away that Nomada actually paid attention to something like this. This is the part that can be a tiny bit confusing because my first playthrough through Gris, I kind of had an idea of what the story meant, but I just was so focused on how beautiful the game was. I'm really excited to replay this and really understand the story behind everything now that I have 100%ed it. And also why the name Gris makes so much sense, meaning gray. This could also fit into atmosphere or maybe even gameplay, but I think it's most important to the story. You start the game in the hands of a large statue of a woman. Gris is singing beautifully. Thank you, Gemma. I think I'm saying that right. It's a Spanish name. She is the voice actress for Gris, and it's amazing. She's beautiful. She does an amazing job. But anyway, Gris is singing in the hands of this giant statue when all of a sudden, the statue crumbles beneath her, and this is such a beautiful introduction to this game. It really gives you just an amazing feeling of how gorgeous this game is going to be, because just listen to this soundtrack. Hold on, I'll shut up for a second. Berlinist, who is the one who created the music for this game, really did such a beautiful job. They are gonna go places. It's crazy how good of a job they did. You fall into a drab, monochromatic world, and the game pushes you forward, beautifully demonstrating how completely shattered Gris is. Hence the name Gris, meaning gray in Spanish. How cool is that? I love when these things all tie together. I think this game is best explained on actually Nintendo's website. Gris is a hopeful young girl lost in her own world, dealing with a painful experience in her life. Her journey through sorrow is manifested in her dress, which grants new abilities to better navigate her fated reality. As the story unfolds, Gris will grow emotionally and see her world in a different way, revealing new paths to explore using her new abilities. Gris is about loss, depression, and grief, and how it can sometimes swallow you whole. And this is just, like, you don't see this very much in games, especially not portrayed like this. We feel society teaches us that depression is a very uncomfortable thing to talk about, and just how Nomada brought it forward and demonstrated. It was a huge reason why I fell in love with it. It made me feel not completely alone in my dark feelings that can sometimes creep up on me. Gris has no dialogue, which would hinder a lot of games, but to me, it just added to the beauty of it. There's also a very limited amount of characters in the game, but with every new color unlocked comes a fantastic support character in every level. There's these crawly boys, these cute stars that follow you around and actually help you at the end of the game, and this freaking awesome turtle who I can't explain why I love him so much because it would spoil a really cool part of the game, and my personal favorite, this little woodland sprite box boy. He's just so cute. The antagonist of this game is this huge cloud of dark muck that I think represents the grief and sorrow in her heart, and only appears when she brings the color back from the world that it originally sucked out. You see how that just came full circle? It's just, wow, it's so neat. It blows my mind how many metaphors are in this game. I want to keep this review as spoiler-free as I possibly can, because I think a huge part of this game is the absolutely stunning original soundtrack by Berlinist. He did a fantastic job, and again, part of the beauty of Gris is the music and experiencing it firsthand on your own. So let me just show you one of my absolute favorite parts of this game. Yeah, I don't think I need to say anything else. Gris is a game that brought me to tears despite having no dialogue and being a lot shorter than most games, being an indie game. I believe it is a masterpiece, and I'm so glad I got to show you guys just how much this game means to me. And I know you're gonna love it too.